All right, welcome back. Now, let's even talk cultism before we wrap this up. The cultism, I mean, look at the activities of cult gangs, for instance, in River State. That's one state, for instance, that it appears these cult gangs are becoming overwhelming. Look at what happened on New Year's Eve too, when some churchgoers were coming back from church and then they were gunned down. Why do you think it's become a recurring thing in that state? And the authorities, they're finding it difficult to deal with.
Well, I don't want to say it has become traditional with these guys to always be in all this.
Because it appears there's some level of politics too involved in all of that.
Yeah, of course, we cannot outrule politics. Well, we know Rivers has always been, split into groups. Yes, we cannot rule politics out of it. You remember the visit of one of the cabinet members, I don't want to mention his name, to Rivers, and what happened, the exchange that went on between himself and the governor and so on. Yeah. So Rivers State has become a hotbed, for things like this. So all we need to do is to see that, first and foremost, leadership is able to tame its excesses on both sides of the divide. Because the followership, in most cases, are watching the leaders and also, getting out of hands. And that is all what has led into all this cultism thing and so on and so forth. All right? It could be addressed. These are issues that can really be addressed simply. But we make things too difficult, so that at the end of the day, we things get out of hand completely. Yes.
One other thing that worries me and should worry every Nigerian is the ease with which people get access to weapons. I mean, light weapons, AK-47. It's just everywhere. For instance, you can imagine a headsman actually having AK-47s. And the fact is, these weapons don't come cheap anyway. So what can we do to check this? Why is it becoming a very big problem for us now? Because at the bottom of all of the security challenges we're having is the fact that people are able to access weapons now so very easily.
See, there are two answers I can give you to that. Corruption, porous borders. If you have enough clout, I'm not trying to indict anybody, but these weapons come in through our ports and onto our streets. These weapons come in through our borders and into the recesses of the creeks and desert savanna regions of Nigeria. Law enforcement bodies should do their job in clamping down on arms dealers in Nigeria. Because whether we like it or not, we have arms dealers in Nigeria. People who benefit from the sale of arms and ammunition in this country. The boys in the Niger Delta did not just wish for weapons to fall into their hands. Someone sold it to them. What investigations have been conducted in finding out the source of the weapons of the Niger Delta boys? The source of the weapons of armed robbers? What has been done about it? So at the end of the day, it falls on the laps of governments to secure the lives and properties of Nigeria in terms of these illegal weapons that are flying around. It is very easy. If you want to get a sidearm today, I'm telling you, all you have to do is to go to the right place and you will be in possession of one. It's not hard to get.
Might not even be as expensive as you think.
Exactly. So it's a very, very dangerous development. But we, as usual in this country, we take things for granted. But it's big business, and that is very scary. For arms and ammunition to be big business in a country like Nigeria, it's very scary.
Look at the amount of recoveries made by the customs at the ports of recent. We've never had such big recoveries. Meaning things like this have been coming in. Okay? If not that, we have a Colonel Ali there now, who we've always known as a no-nonsense man right from his younger days in the military till now. Look at all the harvests he's making. Very, very disturbing.
Quite disturbing.
These are the ones they are able to detect.
And intercept.
That's it, and intercept. So you can imagine the amount of weapons within the Nigerian state in wrong hands. Now, during the amnesty program, some individuals came forth to deliver their weapons and say, yes, surrender their weapons and say, look, we are ready to accept the amnesty and so on. I was thinking that in that same good faith, government would have been able to go into some investigations with these guys on a very friendly note so that they'll speak out.
Find out the source.
Find out the source of these things. You see, we appreciate what you are doing. You are surrendering these arms because you want Nigeria to be a better place. But please, let's sit down and talk. How do you people get these arms? So that we can nip it. So that your own junior brother and other Nigerians yet unborn will not go the same way you went. There's a way you talk to this man and he begins to pour out. And he begins to pour out.
The truth is, no Niger Delta person will actually give you his arms. What those boys came to submit are worthless weapons.
Abandoned.
Dim guns.
Unserviceable.
Unserviceable double
But
barrels.
some of them looked very, very sophisticated.
Maybe that's just 1 in 10. Did they actually drop their weapons?
I mean, I can't argue with you because, I mean, we can see what they did even after
Yes.
the so-called amnesty and all
Amnesty
that.
had been
These people own armories in the creeks. So what are we doing about it? It's not a secret. Everybody knows it. So what exactly are we doing about it? There seems to be, what's the right word to use here? Complacency. And it disturbs me. So until such a time that government steps up to the plate and does the needful, we'll continue to see arms and ammunition flowing freely in the underworld.
And that would be a problem for us. Let's just hope, because it's actually scary. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on the program, and thank you very much for your time. Colonel Hassan Stanlabo, thank you for your contribution as always. And Ahmed Kadri, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate all your contributions. Well, that's it on the program. If you want to watch it again, it's simple. Just go to our website, tv360nigeria.com. You'll find this program and lots more there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TV360Nigeria. You can as well follow us on Facebook. The address is facebook.com/TV360 online. And on Google+, it's at TV360Nigeria. And of course, our Twitter handle is at TV360Nigeria. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week.